Welcome to the So Much More podcast, where we talk with people in the custom window treatment, soft home furnishings industry, and so much more. I'm your host, Ciel DeGuglielmo. Hi, welcome to today's podcast. It's been a little while since I've checked in with all of you, which is kind of a funny thing to say because you can hear me and I can't hear you. But I've been thinking about you, all of you, and wondering how you're doing because the past few weeks have been a little challenging on my end. And it got me thinking about all of us. You know that I love asking my guests what their biggest challenges are, what they love about this business, what they don't love. And the answers are always different. We all have different things that come at us. And what fascinates me even more is how differently we all respond to those challenges. Well, the past 3 weeks for me, technology disasters. I'm going to call them disasters because they were. And the reason you're listening to just me today is because last week I lost several podcast recordings. Just going to let that sit there for a second. That means I now have to go back, reach out to those kind guests who were so lovely to spend their time with me, and ask them to re-record. It's upsetting, it's time-consuming, and honestly, it's exhausting. And here's the part that's been rolling around in my head. I knew I was having some minor technology issues. I had already started the process of getting a new computer, and it's ordered, just not here yet. And I've asked myself, should I have moved faster? Could I have avoided this? The truth is, I don't think I procrastinated. I think I took the time to make a thoughtful decision. Replacing technology is expensive, and I wanted to be sure I was making the right choice. And still, waiting cost me something. And it's going to cost me time. It's going to cost me energy. And yes, probably cost me more money. So I found myself doing something I've done before, something that feels a little like parenting. And even though my kids are adults now, I still go back to that mindset of, okay, this is the problem. What are our choices? And what do we need to do to fix it? And if any of that sounds familiar, it's because so many of you handle problems that way. When I ask all of you what you do when you have a problem or a mistake, some of you say, I have a meltdown first, and then I fix it, because that's what you have to do. So we all handle problems that way, but at the same time, I think it's okay to give ourselves permission to say, this is really frustrating, and I really wish this hadn't happened. Both things can be true. We can handle them, and we can be frustrated. Now, I'll tell you, I did come close to a meltdown, but mostly I decided I really didn't have time for one. I really had to keep moving and get a podcast for today. And just to make it a little more interesting, this all happened before and after a really lovely, relaxing vacation. So it was technology fail, vacation, technology fail. A full technology fail sandwich. Although I guess you actually can't call it a technology fail sandwich because the technology was, in this metaphor, the bread. I'm going to call it that anyway. Go with it. And listen, I know this is not the end of the world. I know there are much bigger problems out there. Truly, I do. But in our businesses, those are the kind of things that we deal with every day. And I have the privilege of talking to so many of you. Sometimes people reach out and say, oh, you're so well connected. Maybe you know someone who can help me find this, or I need someone who has done this before. And I can feel the urgency in those messages because there's a problem that needs to be solved quickly. We all know that feeling. You feel it in your business. I feel it in mine. And what do? We solve it and we move on to the next thing. But here's what I've been thinking about. I don't think we give ourselves enough credit for how much we actually handle in a single day. When the wrong fabric comes in, when the next project can't start because something is missing, when the schedule shifts, when the money's already committed, we don't stop and say, wow, that was a lot. We just adjust, we pivot, we figure it out, and we keep going. I used to ask my guests on the podcast if they thought they were resilient. After a while, I stopped asking that question because the truth is, we couldn't be doing this if we weren't. We are resilient. But I've also started to wonder at what cost? Because just because we can doesn't mean we should. That is my motto in fashion. It is my motto in a lot of things in life. And just because we can keep going doesn't mean it's easy. And it doesn't mean it doesn't take something from us. I always felt that having a meltdown was good for you, like a release. You let it out and then you move on. And meditating all these years has helped me to respond instead of to react. Most of the time, I don't even think we stop long enough for that. We just keep going. Maybe we do need a meltdown once in a while. But at the same time, we're doing some really incredible things. We are creating beautiful, detailed custom work. We're running businesses. We're supporting our families. We're supporting other people's families. We're using the right side of our brain for creativity and the left side for logistics, finances, scheduling, problem solving. We move back and forth between those all day long. And somewhere along the line, we've started to think that that's normal, like it's no big deal. I scroll through Instagram and Facebook and I see the work that you're all doing, and it's stunning, truly. And even I have to remind myself, we have mad skills. And what I love even more is how we support each other. We ask questions, we share ideas, we troubleshoot together. How did you do that? I never thought of that. How does everyone do this? That's a great idea. And we adjust constantly. If someone sat down at the beginning of this business and said, every day you're going to have to shift your plans, rethink your approach, solve unexpected problems, and try to learn to let go of perfection, I'm not sure how many people would sign up. And yet people do. We do. We did. And we sign up for it every single day. And we encourage others to do the same. So maybe that's what I want to leave you with today. If you're in the middle of your own version of a technology fail sandwich, or a fabric fail, or a schedule fail, or whatever it is, please know this. You are handling more than you realize. You are solving more than you give yourself credit for. And what you do every day, it's not small. I know how often we say it's not brain surgery, but the pressure's real and the responsibility is real. And the skill it takes to do what you do, that's real too. So I don't think the goal isn't to avoid challenges, but maybe it's to recognize just how capable you are in handling them. And maybe to give yourself a little more credit along the way. Thank you so much for listening to my saga and my meandering thoughts. And I'll be back soon with some guests that I can't wait for you to hear from. I hope you have a great day.